Welcome back to Game On as we bring James Kosana onto the SABC to discuss everything that's been happening locally. And there's some rather interesting results in recent times as we're going towards the, we're still a long way from the midway point of the season, but let's talk about it. Richards Bay in need of points, in need of something to pick them up, and they got just the right pickup against the Golden Arrows that have just changed coaches. Richards Bay walking away 1-0 winners.
Yes, I think it was like a moral booster for Richards Bay on their own because they will take it like they've won the KZN Derby, by beating Golden Arrows, especially at the Mpumalanga Stadium in Hammersdale. So I think it was a good result. But if you look at the side of Golden Arrows in terms of the technical team, I saw like a Bilankulu and the Khashwe being in the technical team, but yet we're still waiting to hear what's going to happen because, as you know, Mangoba native from Golden Arrows to Sundowns now being moved from Sundowns. Let's hope maybe he's going to come back and help Golden Arrows.
Maybe could give them the boost they need to get back to their very best. But aside, that's had a great run in the Carling knockout. Of course, they're the champions, Magesi, currently bottom of the log. BPSL face SuperSport United. SuperSport 1-0 winners. Interesting. Good to probably Uile and Uwe for SuperSport. They were struggling to get goals earlier on in the season.
Yes, I can take it as a positive for Kevin Hunt, honestly, because he did try a lot of youngsters, especially when Grobler was like still injured, not back in the team. But since he's back, I mean, they've got 2 back-to-back wins thanks to his goals. But if you look at Magesi, I really don't know. I really don't know what's happening because when I was like watching the game, I mean, they were playing good football, honestly. But finding the back of the net, it was difficult for them. And if you take back and look at how they played against Orlando Pirates, scoring 3 goals at Orlando Stadium, and then you come back and look at the game like SuperSport, and then they can't even score a single goal when they were playing good football. So for me, I think for Clinton, he still has to go back and try and make sure that defensively, I still reckon they are good, even though they did concede. But going forward, they still need somebody. I'm disappointed with my boy that I like a lot, Wonder Boy.
Yeah?
Wonder Boy. I don't know if he's still there or not, but yes, he's there. He's trying hard.
Successful. Don't they need there to be a lot of creativity? And going forward, they don't create too much for their strikers.
No, for me they do. Honestly, if you look at Uchi Rambadare, yes, they are the guys that are knocking on the opposition door, but unfortunately they can't hit the back of the net. I think that's their only problem. If maybe they can get somebody that can start giving them confidence again to say what you did in the Carling Cup to reach the final. This is where you're supposed to be, because if you're out of the PSL, there's no way you're going to defend your Carling Cup. So I think that's something which they really have to go through.
So what's happening in Bulwan in Mpopo? Marumo Gallants 1-0. But I say this because last season, Mobile PSL top 8. This season, currently, number 3 on the log behind the Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. Quietly.
Oh, really? These are the people that nobody knows most of their players. Even myself, if you want to ask me about a player that is always in my mind, obviously it's Apolis. And the rest, yes, they do come maybe there and there, but the way they play, the commitment of the players, I mean, the camaraderie that they have, I think it's so exciting. You look at the way they attack goals, the way they defend, the way some of the players are shouting at each other. It shows that they want to go somewhere. And these are the signs of good results that they are having. So for me, I would give credit also to Putimo Hafe and his technical team. They are doing a great job. I mean, at one stage, I did coach Putimo Hafe at Petersburg Pillars.
Sure.
I was his coach. Yeah, so it's so exciting for me when I watch him do that, when I know he was a good defender himself. And yeah, at the back, they are more solid.
Saved the best for last in some of the results and something to talk about here. ETS Galaxy, they've had their struggles this season, not quite going in the same way they were going last season. But then again, there's Kaizer Chiefs, they've had their problems this season. That game ends with Chiefs able to save it and save a point late in the game by making it 1-1. But we won in the game.
I think for me, ETS Galaxy, for now, let's say the new technical team, the new head coach, maybe they are just steadily coming up, because the way Badalanga Corner now, the little bit of confidence that they had with the previous coach is starting to show. Kani manje ngathi they want to come back. I mean, for Chiefs to get the equalizer, Chiefs were lucky. Chivaviro coming in as a sub and scoring that late equalizer, it was lucky because if I look at Chiefs, I don't know if they got just promoted now. They're trying to get their feet together with PSL. But honestly speaking, it is so disappointing for a quality team like Chiefs to see them go through what they're going through. Because against TS Galaxy, to me, they've lost. You know.
The big game to look forward to is the final winners of the winners of the curling knockout. Of course, Magesi up against the curling All-Star 11, which has been announced. What caught my attention, you're speaking about Chiefs struggling. Chiefs has got no less than 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6, 7 players, including some from the GDC, of course, but that have been included in the squad. So fans still showing their love for Kaizer Chiefs, though, in the support, yeah.
Yeah, I think if maybe it was just the coach, Jose, that has been given the mandate to choose the team, I don't think almost 3/4 of that team would be there. Honestly speaking, I don't
Quickly, Maui Magesi, though, do you go into this game seriously, taking it seriously, considering you got your problems with PSL? So how do you go into this game as Magesi?
Well, you don't know who to play against because some of the players are from the DDC teams and spectators that normally attend the DDC are the ones that have chosen most of the players. I also see Temikosi Lodge from Sundowns, not a regular Sundowns. He's here in the team. Look, it's gonna be how Magesi wanna treat it, but yeah, let's hope that's where they wanna see themselves turning the corner. This game, hopefully they would want to win this game.
Well, let's look forward to a good game and a great weekend in the way of the beautifully South African game. We take a short break, come back, and that special little surprise we've got for you at the last segment of the show is coming up with 2 special guests, maybe I should say legends, coming through later on.